Here we are for another Innistrad booster draft. I'm sorry that the last two did not have volume. Unfortunately, when I reformatted my computer, I forgot to change some settings after I had reinstalled everything. So, anyway, here we are. I'm not sure how good the High Priest is, but he looks like, I mean, if you can activate him, he is solid. Like, he'll definitely break a creature stalemate. Is he better than Midnight Haunting? I don't know. Like, I tend to like white-green a lot better. Rage Thrower is okay. Civilized Scholar also pretty good, but I don't think they'd be on the level of these two. Like, if we take this, I don't know what we're going to wheel. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish playable. So this pack's kind of deep. We might get like the Brain Weevils back, which would be good as a Morbid trigger for this guy. You know, I'm going to go ahead and take this guy and just see how it goes, and maybe be looking for blue-black. I mean, we might even get back like Fortress Crab here, which isn't terrible in blue-black. Gutter Grime. Okay, well, this card's very good. Wow. I don't really like black-green, but like this is easily splashable on something like blue-black. And they're just there's Pitchburn Devils, and I guess we could be black-red too. There's really not that much in this pack. We might even get like Gold Collar's Champ back, or the Sensory Deprivation. I've seen people like this card. I don't like him. I mean, with only 6 sorceries or instants in your deck, he's often not going to be flipping. Like, it's only like going to be a 20% chance to 30% at most late in the game. And playing a 1/1, I mean, that's a horrible top deck. So it's often horrible early and it's often horrible late. Sometimes you're going to, you know, roll the dice and get the jackpot, and he'll be amazing, but overall, not great. This card, yeah, I think it's worth taking. I mean, if we don't see black coming, we could just even audible and switch. Like, it could be, you could make a case for maybe, I guess blue-green is okay too. I was going to say you could make a case for trying to go black-white, splashing this, and then if that fails, you could just go black or white-green, like I normally do. I don't generally like these cards. They're good in blue-black as long as you get enough Armored Scabs and things like this to mill your own graveyard. But if you don't get those, these can often get stuck in your hand. That being said, I think it's a good card. I mean, we might get like this guy late. This guy's a very good card if we wanted to go a black-white direction, or black-green direction, or sorry, white-green direction, splashing the black. That might even be better. I mean, if we get Caravan Vigil, I tend to like white-green better. Yeah, I'm gonna take him. I think he's much stronger than Stitch Drake. And if I went a white-green direction, it's a little bit easier to splash the black, and we ended up having a lot of random creatures. So here, I mean, Makeshift Mauler, probably a better card than Orchard Spirit, but given that we just took the Throbbing Sentry and passed the Stitch Drake, I'm going to go ahead and take the Spirit. The thing about the Drake and the Spirit, you can't play too many of them. Like, once we had those two, I guess the more creatures you have in your deck, the better, but you just don't want to have a hand chock full of those guys. So I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Orchard Spirit here. And we're just going to go looking for probably a white-green direction, splashing the black. I think that makes it a little bit easier to do a splash, just because of Caravan Vigil. And I tend to, as I said, favor white-green, so as you can see, I kind of moved into the things that I favor. Oh, there's a Silent Departure. So we would have had... Doom Traveler is a good... I mean, a great white card. It's interesting because I could have even, gosh, gone like... Maybe I should have been looking for the blue-green strategy, splashing the black, since blue-green, or blue-black and blue-green both work. And then Audible, like, Silent Departure is an incredible card. But again, given where we've been going, I think Doom Traveler is the pick here. Doom Traveler is also a good card with these things that we have. But yeah, Silent Departure is incredible. So it's kind of unfortunate we don't have it. Human. Hamlet Captain seems like a fine pick. Yeah, I think I made a quite significant error, not going the blue direction. I don't know how big of a sign Stitch Drake is getting past to me, and I guess maybe it was big. Maybe blue's just underdrafted. Like, I mean, these cards are all fairly incredible. I mean, even these are playable in blue-black, especially like Ultra's Reap with the Priest. As it is, like, I don't think I'm going to end up playing any of these, so I guess I'll just take the Forbidden Alchemy. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Spider Grasp. It's okay. I think it's probably slightly better than Urgent Exorcism. And I guess, I mean, if we open some kind of blue bomb, now that we have an alchemy, we could shift back into the blue-green. Probably not. I don't think Spider Grasp is all that good in blue-green either, since you actually have flyers. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Grasp here. Though I do generally like an Urgent Exorcism or two on the sideboard, especially because we have the Gutter Grind. Might not want other people to have those. Anyway, wow, Demonic Hauberk is really good in green-white if you end up getting like lots of Doom Travelers and Mausoleum Guard. This is kind of what I thought would wheel. I think we have to take the Traveler's Amulet just to get our fixing in, since we are going to be splashing the High Priest. So it does make sense to get the Traveler's Amulet here, even though the Hauberk is pretty solid. I mean, we got, like, if we're sacrificing creatures, they're not... nothing bad's really happening, so... Wow. Yeah, we got what I thought would come back there. Guess I'll go ahead and take the Witch. I guess, I mean, if we get a Curse of Death's Hold, it's even possible we could play it with the Witch. Crazy as that sounds, I think that card's that strong that it would be worth doing some kind of weird splash for. I don't really like this card. I don't like this card much either, but like, if we end up with a ton of Orchard Spirits or Little Flyers and they have a deck that has a lot of Little Flyers, it could have a narrow use. I don't think we're playing any of those. I'm going to hide the Scarecrow now because I don't think we're playing it. Just showing everything that's possibly playable in some form of deck. And yeah, whoa, Cage Breakers, alright. Yeah, he's clearly the pick. He's an incredible card again. He also works well with Gutter Grime and Sacrifice type effects. I'm kind of wishing he's also a lot better in blue-black. Or, sorry, blue-green, as it turns out, because you kind of fill your graveyard with things. Yeah, I think I should have gone the blue direction. I mean, that's in hindsight, but seeing the Stitch Drake, I think just getting the blue cards, as I said before, because blue-green works and blue-black works. I think white-black can work, but you need a lot of the right cards to make it happen. So it would have given me more flexibility in the deck I could build. Here, we're going to take the Cage Breakers. We might even wheel something like the Mulch back, which I wouldn't be too upset about. Because Mulch is... it works pretty well, stuff like Cage Breakers. Well, we got a decent amount of humans. I don't know if the Hamlet Captain or the Mystics is better. Mystics can be pretty strong when it transforms. I mean, Hamlet Captain, let's say, like, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a lot of humans here. I'm going to hide the Witch for now, because it's very improbable that we're getting a curse. And it's interesting because we could somehow shift into... we still could shift, like, if this Forbidden Alchemy comes back, into blue-green and just abandon these guys. For that reason, I think it's better to take the Mystics, because if we abandon the white for whatever reason, we're going to have less human count. So I think the Mystics is going to be the stronger pick. Just, I think it's about equal to the Hamlet Captain, and all things being equal, that gives us the most flexibility. And so you see here, like... I think we have the choice between, like, Selfless Cathar is okay. Actually, Selfless Cathar is good with Gutter Crime, Cage Breakers, Priest. So this is really where the choice for our pack goes. Like, we either take the Armored Scab. I don't think we're taking the Deadweight or any other black splash like that. So an argument could be made to take a deadweight or like the Fallen Kirk Noble here. This is a tough pack. If I hide these, I mean, Noble is kind of worth splashing. I think he's a very strong card, and he can get you out of bad situations late game. This is a card that I don't really want to pick here. Like, it might even come back. Deadweight's also a great card to splash. I mean, it is late game removal. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Noble. I think he's that strong of a guy that he can get you back late game. That could be a significant mistake, but he can just do things that other cards can't. God, so I don't know, like, Grasp of Phantoms, yeah. I mean, if we'd taken the Armored Scab, I think Phantoms here is excellent. As it is, I think we just take the Travel Preparations and stay on the white-green path. This draft's kind of all over the place, I understand. The one thing about this format is I think there's so many different directions you can go, especially when you have base green, because you are able to splash things when you pick up a Caravan Vigil and Traveler's Amulet, and maybe one Shimmering Grotto. Parallel Lives while funny with our things isn't that great. And it looks like blue's just being so underdrafted. I wasn't really expecting to see this much blue coming back the other way. Like, Grasp is incredible. Phantom Stalker can be good. I think Twice is good. But Travel Preparations is just fits in what we're doing and is a solid card. Well, Creeping Renaissance and Unburial Rites. Holy cow. I consider this card a near bomb, especially if we get back the Mulch later. I have never been unhappy drawing this card, but this pack, I consider this card a near bomb. Wow. I mean, I think it's between Unburial Rites and the Renaissance. I mean, Unburial Rites can get back 2 and gets back 1 right away. Obviously, the Renaissance gets back everything and works incredibly well with Mulch. I don't know what's stronger. I'm going to go ahead and take the... Well, it's splashed. Shit. I'm going to take the Renaissance for the card advantage, just because the other one is splashed. But that could have been a very incredibly stupid pick. I am also taking this because I think the Mulch is coming back, and I think this card's slightly stronger with Mulch, because it puts so much in your graveyard, and if this gets flipped too, I mean, obviously Unburial Rites is strong with Mulch also, but this is very, very strong with Mulch. And we continue to see good blue, but we also have Doom Traveler. I'm not unhappy to see an unruly mob with 2 Doom Travelers. Another human for my Hamlet Captain. But I'm debating taking the Demonic Hauberk. I mean, it works so well with High Priest, with Doom Travelers. I think Unruly Mob's better. There's the creature count with this, the way it works with Gutter Grime, Renaissance. This is a hard pick too. Hauberk is more situational. This guy's obviously always going to be okay because he's going to come down and be a dude. How is this possible? No, is nobody going blue? I mean, I don't... Yeah, this is just strange to me. I might just go ahead and take the rare here. We're not really hating anybody out of those cards. And... yeah, I'll just take the rare. Well, we got the Mulch back, as I thought. I think this is incredible in our deck with... yeah, I mean, it fits with all of our cards. Woodland Sleuth, I think... well, I'm not going to splash the Typhoid Rats, I don't think. I think I'd rather just have the Sleuth. Yep, the Cathar came back. Okay, so our deck's kind of coming together. I guess I'll just take the Spare from Evil, though. And it's looking okay. Like, I mean, I guess it would have been a lot stronger as blue-green, just the amount of blue that came back, but... and the lack of white that came back. I guess nobody decided to draft blue. I don't know what to say about that. We could have had a very, very good blue-green deck. I also don't know what to think about the Creeping Renaissance versus Unburial Rites play. I mean, they both have use. Like, Unburial Rites is really good when you have one really strong creature, and we do. We have Cage Breakers. So you mulch that in the graveyard, and you pop out Cage Breakers on, like, turn 4 or turn 5, and you are in business. This is just good card advantage all around with all my little guys. So it's a tough call on which is stronger. Anyway, this pack, Divine Reckoning is a very good card, along with stuff like Doom Travelers, Unruly Mob. I mean, if you have out Doom Travelers and Mob, they all get, you can sack the Doom Travelers, put tokens on the Mob, and get 1/1s. It's also good with stuff like Cage Breakers, I guess, because, well, you can kill everything, put it, keep the Cage Breakers, attack with them, get everything back. So I think Divine Reckoning is that strong and is worth playing. It's good with Gutter Grime as long as you do it before you have a lot of Grime tokens. I might get like an Orchard Spirit back from this pack, because, well, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like everything's playable. We might even get the Traveler's Amulet. I think I am going to take the Reckoning just because of its interesting synergistic powers. We might even be sideboarding it out in some matches. Like, we don't have a lot of removal. Yeah, I'm going to take it though. Slayer of the Wicked is quite clearly the pick. We don't have a lot of removal, and well, we can get him back. So yeah, Slayer it is. I think Juggernaut is a very, very strong card. Right now, I think I might have rather had the Deadweight than the Noble, since we haven't gotten any pacifisms, any other removal. Right here, I'm going to take the Juggernaut. Like, it's a very, very powerful card when it comes out early. It's another creature for our creature count for the things that work with creatures. And it's just, I mean, it's hard to deal with. Even in green-white, like, if they have to start chumping anything, he just becomes ridiculous. Because he's basically got vigilance if they're chumping. And there's also not a lot of artifact removal in this set to make him be it'd be a drawback that he's actually an artifact. Anyway, here travel preparations again I think is good. We're gonna need a lot more hopefully we can pick up some lower casting cost creatures in the next few packs. This is one reason why Hamlet Captains would have been better than this right now, because we are just glutted at the expensive slot with no priests. Spider Spawning could be good in our deck, but that might even wheel. I don't generally like Prey Upon all that much, even though we're a little light on removal. I think Travel Prep is just a little bit better, so especially with Mulch, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that one. And hey, Hamlet Captain. Yeah, he's better than Silver Chase Fox. We are loaded up on humans, I think. Yeah, we are definitely loaded on humans, and we need a 2-drop, so there he is. While a third travel preparations would be welcome, nothing beats like another human that accelerates us. So yeah, pilgriming up, and there's still a silent departure, which is crazy. Okay, wow, we're glutted at the 4-drop, but I think Lumberknot. If you watch the last few drafts, even though I didn't have volume, Lumberknot was simply awesome. Like, I would rather play him than Fallen Crook. No, gosh, but the Pilgrim is so... I mean, Pilgrim, you might say, is even needed in this deck, but Lumberknot is just incredible. We have a decent amount of earlier drops. Like, he can get out of hand very, very fast. Decks just cannot deal with him, so I'm going to take him. Pilgrim may have been the better choice for our deck in particular, because of how we need to ramp. Like, I'm going to have to cut, I'll probably be cutting the Noble. We're going to have to cut some stuff in this general vicinity. But he, by himself, like with Divine Reckoning or whatever, can just be unbeatable, I think, in certain situations. We're going to go ahead and hate the Assistant. I don't think any of those cards are really worth playing, so... I don't think Corpse Lunge is a good card. It doesn't really work with our deck. So it wouldn't be splashing. I think I'm just going to take the Traveler's Amulet. This guy's okay. I've actually won a game because of his life that he brought me back in a race, but we're so top-heavy right now that just the Traveler's Amulet is probably going to be wanted. And this will allow us to have a better shot at getting out that Priest early. Another Mulch. That might have been wanted over the Traveler's Amulet. Yeah, I like Mulch a lot when you have Creeping Renaissance. I don't know what else there's to say. I might play both. Oh gosh, and a Caravan Vigil. Well, We got that back too. So now we might. This is going to be a hard deck to build. You got a lot of playables. When you have a bunch of mulches and vigilant amulets, you might even be able to run 16 land. I don't think I like Spidery Grasp here. I'd rather have a higher creature count for these guys. Don't think I need to run. In fact, I think I like Creeping Renaissance better than the other one now that we have all these. We have a bunch of 1-drops and 2-drops, so when we get everything back, we can replay a lot of stuff quick, and then we have stuff like Lumberknot. Yeah, and since we have Divine Reckoning plus Renaissance, I think Renaissance is probably going to be better in our deck than the on Barrel Rights. I mean, I've even won games where it's like all-out swing with a bunch of random little dudes. They chump, 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 kill, and you get in 4 damage, and you Renaissance back all your little dudes. All-out swing with all your little dudes. They chump, 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 take a few damage, Renaissance them all back, and then eventually just overwhelm them because they can't do anything else about it. Alright, there's our white. I think this guy is probably going to be the only black card I'm going to end up playing, even though gosh, Noble's really good. Never mind, I think we might play him. We got so much mana fixing. We just need to figure out. Woodland Sleuth's probably not making the cut. Probably not that. Mulch and Travel Preparation's also great synergy. Alright, well. So we have to make a few cuts, and I think it's going to have to be at the higher end. Looking at our 4-drops, I tend to think Sentry is probably a better card than Mystics. I tend to think Lumberknot is a better card than both of them. Juggernaut's probably better than both of them. I think the cuts, yeah, have to come at our higher casting cost stuff. Unless we decide to cut, like, a Traveler's Amulet. Or a mulch. Excuse me. I mean, it could be argued that actually the Unburial Rights is better with something like Cage Breakers and mulch because you get them out that much quicker. Like with Renaissance, you have to go cast Creeping Renaissance, get back the Cage Breakers, cast the Cage Breakers. Whereas with Unburial Rights and mulch, you mulch that into your graveyard, you can cast it immediately. If you mulch them both, I mean, it's only 6 mana to put both, you know, do both at the same time. Yeah, I think Lumberknot is good because it works with Divine Reckoning. I think the mulches are good because we have so much flashback and we like creatures in our graveyard. This guy I think we keep because of evasion. We don't have 3-drops. I mean, we have a lot of mana. So like with all this stuff, I think playing 16 land is acceptable. And we might even want to just cut, like maybe we even cut a mulch. If we go into 16 land, I'd probably want these 3 over the mulch, just because if we get a 1-land hand, like this allows us to keep it. We got the Pilgrim too. Yeah, so I think cutting that, I'm trying to decide if Noble is more powerful than anything else. I kind of wish we had a sack effect now for the Priest, but I think Priest just still leaves people in situations where they can't attack very well. And like, I mean, with Divine Reckoning, we can, and Doom Travelers and stuff, we can blow up the world and then keep around the Priest, have a Spirit token, drop another small drop, and then tap them and make a demon. That's not horrible. Gosh, you know, the High Priest, I mean, he's got to be okay. Like, this, it just doesn't look like we're going to have that many ways. And we have Selfless Cathar. I think he's worth it because of his interaction with the Priest, with this guy, he's a human. Mystics, I don't know how strong they are. I guess we'll just take them out for now. Go with 16 land like this. This is a permanent type, so you can even get back Gutter Grime. That's kind of interesting. Or our mana. Gosh, do I want, like, if we play 16 land, yeah, I think I want all these 1-drops. I'm really tempted to play the other mulch just because it even works with like that. So I'm trying to think the other plan that our deck has. Like, it's kind of a beat down deck. Priest makes it so they can't chump, but if we're all out swinging, it's really hard. Yeah, I mean, hard for us to activate the priest. I mean, it looks like our deck's very strong in the beatdown element early with the Hamlet Captains, all these one-drop humans, and the travel preps. And then if things get out of hand, we can Divine Reckoning later, and then we have things that late game work really well. Like, even this guy is really well with Divine Reckoning. Even if he dies to the Divine Reckoning, I mean, it's almost like a fireball, or a huge drain life. And this guy works better with Divine Reckoning like Mystics. Yeah, I think this fits. I think, yeah, this stuff looks good. Okay. Probably one swamp. Yeah, we're not going to go for two, that's for sure. I don't think I'd want to go to 10 forests, but like, notice that, like, if these act as plains or swamps, I mean, if we have a forest in play, we effectively have 10 ways to get plains, and you could even argue 11 ways if we draw 2 forests, or the forest swamp draw. We do need double white, and we do like white turn 1. So I think going to 9 is fine. Like, we don't really need double green until later, and by then we can have that fixed. So I think this is good for mana. Alright, we will try this deck. I'll see you in round 1.